On those income-oriented annuities, I've seen bonuses as high as 32%. What would that be like? What kind of time would that make up for you if you're feeling a little bit behind? Wow, somebody's going to drop 32% onto the value of my portfolio? Hi friends, Colin Richards here, and I'm excited to be with you on yet another episode of the Lord and Richard Show. And in this particular episode, I'm doing part 3 of a 3-part series on why we have a loophole which is closing right now in a specific financial tool that we use in retirement planning. As I've told you before, we're fiduciaries at Lord and Richards. We're helping people every single day, just like you, to retire financially independent. And we're doing that so that you can enjoy a worry-free retirement. One of the ways that you can do that is by providing stability, growth, principal protection for part of your portfolio, while still taking risk in other parts that aren't as critical for your retirement lifestyle. In other words, I've found that the clients who feel the most financially independent have predictability, stability, and income that's guaranteed from one part of their portfolio, and another part that they don't necessarily need to live on is what we call a growing reserve, where you can take those risks and push that growth factor a little bit higher. So what are we doing on the one side of the barbell, as we call it, where we have predictability, stability, principal protection, while still having growth opportunity? Well, we're being a little bit limiting of ourselves in the area of liquidity. For a period of time, we're limiting how much we're going to take out of that part of our portfolio. As a matter of fact, the optimal way to do this is set up a guaranteed income. And the way we're doing that is in a product called an annuity. And as we've described in other episodes, annuities get blasted from every side, but the reality is they're a vital and important part of many retirees' portfolio who haven't already secured their guaranteed income or who have a concern about risks related to the market. If you have guaranteed income that covers your costs and you have zero fear of risk, go for it, right? And we'll help you do that. But many of the people I'm talking to are concerned that events outside of their control, like the markets, politics, wars, the whole bit, are going to mess with your retirement. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay in a foundation of safety and security on one side, but you can still grow. And here's the cool part. What has happened is interest rates went from low, punishing savers and rewarding borrowers, to now they're high, punishing borrowers, rewarding savers. And you've got to get yourself into this while there's still a chance. Why? Because the Fed is going to lower rates. No question they're going to do it. It's just a matter of time. They're telescoping out maybe towards the summer. But whenever they do it, that loophole is going to close. And here's the thing, annuity companies are paranoid about rates. And so they're going to start lowering their rates in advance of that. You say, well, what do rates on annuities have to do with me? Well, high interest will reward you in annuities. Here's why. Right now, I am seeing growth-oriented annuities that are principal protected, right? That usually would just generate a low fixed yield, but today are generating potentially double-digit returns when back tested. Highest returns I've ever seen in my career and in a generation. There are bonuses that annuity companies are providing up front. I've seen as high as 20% or more bonuses to the cash value of the annuity, to the actual cash value, that provide opportunity for you to accelerate your growth out of the gate and to gain greater than 100% of the return of certain market indices. Now, the most popular ones, like the S&P 500, typically you're seeing the ability to gain 50 to 75% of the upside of the S&P with none of the downside. You know what that means over the long haul? That means strong growth. Because typically the S&P will give up a lot of its growth 3 to 4 years out of every decade. That's a lot of backwards walking. What would it be like to never go backwards? And then on the other hand, for clients to say, well, Colin, I'm really interested in income. The current annuity environment not only has provided bonuses to cash values, but also bonuses directly to values that are used to determine income. And we are seeing the highest income payouts in a generation, the highest income payouts. Just putting it frankly, these annuity companies have the ability, they have enough cash because of these high interest rates to offer some of the most attractive income payouts, both single and joint life, as well as growth opportunity and market index growth opportunity. These are all on a principal protected chassis. Isn't that interesting? We always were taught, hey, Colin, I can't have, growth and opportunity on the same dollar at the same time. I'm going to have some of my money that's really safe, but it's not going to grow. And I'm going to have some of my money that's got great growth opportunity, but it's not going to be safe. Well, guess what? Here's a place where you can put the two together to have safety and opportunity on the same dollar at the same time. On those income-oriented annuities, I've seen bonuses as high as 32%. What would that be like? What kind of time would that make up for you if you're feeling a little bit behind? Wow, somebody's going to drop 32% onto the value of my portfolio? Holy cow. And the key is knowing what kind you need, right? Some annuities are just about safety and protection while still providing great potential growth opportunity in the market linkage that they have. Others about providing growth opportunity, but maybe not as high in exchange for very large income payouts. Let me explain that to you. Back in the day, a man by the name of William Bengen did some studies. It wasn't comprehensive, but it gave people an idea that we should probably not withdraw more than 4% of our portfolio out starting in our 60s if we don't want that money to run out. Well, that was disproven. A portfolio of stocks and bonds are not stable enough and predictable enough to maintain that through all market conditions. And new people who came along later said, maybe 2.5% to 3%. Wow. So if you had $1 million, that's a $30,000 income. What if I could show you a way to use an annuity to take that same $1 million and generate more like $50,000 to $60,000 of income, guaranteed for the rest of your life, no matter how long you or your spouse live? That's incredible. That's something that we can only do in the world of annuities. And you know what I'm telling all my clients? Retire sooner, spend more. Retire sooner, spend more. I promise you I'm going to have a book by that title because people are waiting too long. They're leaving too much legacy to their kids. Your kids are going to be fine. I want you to retire sooner. I want you to spend more. And we're going to help you do that by developing a comprehensive financial plan. It's more than just putting products like annuities, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, etc. It's about planning out into the future to make sure you never run out of money before you run out of life, to make sure you don't overpay taxes, to make sure you're not bankrupted by long-term care or chronic illness, to make sure you don't have excess risk in your portfolio that you can't recover from, and to make sure that your money at the end of life goes to the people and causes you love, not to the government. I can't wait to talk to you. It just starts with a simple call.